Okay, so now we're going to talk about why dogs need to lose weight. And actually I'm going to show you first how you know your dog's overweight. Murphy, come here, baby. Come on. Murphy, come here. Okay, so Laura, will you just come in here and show us the top of Murphy? Because that's what we're going to use as our... Okay, if you look at Murphy just sitting like this, you can see Murphy doesn't have a waistline. And really the way you can tell your dog is overweight, would you stand up for us, buddy? Stand up, stand up, stand up. Yeah, poor Murphy, it's hard for him to stand up. Murphy, get your feet. Up, up, there we go. Okay, looking over the top of Murphy, all right, well, hopefully you got to see the top for one whole second. Murphy doesn't have a waistline. And when you look at your dog from the rib cage to the hips and see nothing but a straight line, just like this is overweight. There should be a waistline. And if you put your hands on your dog's rib cage and all you can feel is sort of a padding, a thick padding, like literally, look, I can grab a big thick padding, you should be able to feel rib bones. This is how you know your dog is in good shape or not overweight. Murphy is a chunk. Murphy's a chunk-a-dunk. Okay, so Murphy, just as an example, at 20-ish pounds overweight, is carrying around a huge amount of extra weight, hello buddy, is carrying around a huge amount of extra weight on his joints. This is really, if you think it's just like a human, we don't want to carry all this extra weight on our joints. It's really bad for us. Same thing, and dogs of course are very active. They're prone to injuries like ACL tears, which are where their knees blow out, the ligaments in their knees blow out, and they're very expensive surgeries. They also are prone to heart disease. They're prone to diabetes. These are typical things very similar to what a human would experience from being overweight. We also have a problem with fatty liver disease, which unfortunately can lead to liver failure, and that is also from a dog that's excessively overweight. So we want to get these boys trimmed up, and it makes them happier. They're more active, they can play easier, they have more fun. Just like a human, they enjoy their life more. You see how he's panting? It's not hot. He's panting because he's overweight. So, okay. We're also going to demonstrate some problems we have with feeding. This is, oh yes, and Murphy likes food. Okay, so one of the things that people tend to do is feed the wrong food. We're not huge believers in low-calorie dog food, although it exists out there. We actually believe in just premium or high-quality lean protein food. Murphy, you're helping. We're going to show you, this is food that we consider junk food, because dogs don't need multicolored kibble. That's so people like to buy the kibble, the multicolored kibble. It looks so yummy. Okay, the problem with this is like eating Twinkies and Ding Dongs. So you can eat Twinkies and Ding Dongs. Theoretically, a human could eat Twinkies and Ding Dongs for every meal, every day, breakfast and dinner, every single day, and they could live, but sooner or later it's going to catch up to them. Same thing is true of a dog. Another problem that we see is when people go to feed their dog and they're in a hurry and they don't want to dink around with it. So what they do is they feed them what we call free feeding. Junk food, free feeding. And this is an example of how they do it. We have 2 meals typically a day, breakfast and dinner. Oh, here you go. Here you go, Murphy, have at it. And you can see where that could turn into a major problem. Instead, what we like to do is feed one color brown healthy kibble. This is a high quality, one of the premium brands of food, and we do this. Once we've established what's the appropriate weight and the appropriate percentage of food that the dog should be eating, we use a measuring cup. We always use a measuring cup. And we measure out a meal, and there you go. Now, your dog may look at that after eating this and go, no, that's not going to work out. And dogs, of course, can't rationalize why they're so hungry. They just feel, you know, we go through that willpower thing and we try to talk ourselves down with chewing gum or whatever. Well, we can't do that for a dog. So what we do with a dog is we try to pretend they're eating more food. So we will often make them soup. We will take chicken soup and cook up some nice fresh vegetables in it. Maybe some carrots and some zucchini, a little green beans. And then after your dog has eaten their measured portion of food, we will give them some soup. And this soup, a low sodium soup with these vegetables, makes them feel like they're eating more. It satiates their appetite. And of course it's low calorie. So we get away with that. The other big problem people have, besides the Ben & Jerry's, here honey, you can have the rest of my bowl, that I eat every single day. Okay, This, once again, multicolored biscuits. I don't know if you can see those. This is not a healthy treat. This is like eating a Hershey bar about 9 times. And instead, these are baby peeled carrots. These are a good snack for dogs. These are sweet, they're crunchy. You can cut them into pieces for a small dog, like dice them into small pieces and feed them to them, but this is a healthy treat. Okay, that's what we need to tell you about feeding.